Well, welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 298, being recorded on May 28th, 2024. The Council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions about topics on science, technology, and random shit.
Random shit?
With a little background and absolutely no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Well, welcome back with that blast from Brian.
I got a blast for you too.
Nice.
Perfect. Well, something else that might have a blast for you is the planet Venus, because it turns out that there might actually be volcanoes on Venus.
Does that mean that
They
there's
might
also
blast
life
you.
on Venus?
Yes.
Sure.
Possibly.
Why
Sure.
not?
Microbial
If there
life.
was, it would have been 30 years old, because that's when these images were taken.
Wow.
So apparently some researchers decided to look at the last, I believe the only space probe that was sent to Venus to look at the actual surface, which was between 1990 and 1992. And this was the Magellan mission. And took a bunch of pictures, and some scientists went back and they looked at all those pictures and discovered that they could tell that there's lava flow happening on the surface of Venus. Because I could see the surface being reformed, basically, I guess. Terraformed, I'm imagining. And they found out that, yeah, this is probably a very active volcanic planet. Doesn't necessarily give us any clues about life on it, but apparently it does give some better understanding to how Earth works, I guess.
How so?
Because it helps them understand how volcanoes work, because we don't
because
have
men
any
are
of
from
them
Mars
here.
and women
I
are
don't
from
know.
Venus.
Oh man, that's so true.
And we met in the middle.
I wonder if women are from Venus and men are from what's that other planet that everyone thinks?
Jupiter,
Mars, Jupiter, Mars.
because they get more stupider.
There you go. Blaine gets it.
That actually makes sense. Well, I'm gonna say I'm all for. That's really funny. I'm all for science and space and volcanoes. So this is probably the best story of the night.
Space. The final
I mean,
frontier.
well, then we're starting off strong for Brian. So, yeah, I'm not. I read this article a couple times. I'm not exactly sure what it's supposed to result in. To be honest, I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool, like the volcanoes on Venus, and then they're just like, hey, we found this out. Cool. That's pretty much about it.
Oh wow. Yeah, look everyone,
But
they
yeah.
found a picture of it too. Hold on.
A picture of Venus.
Okay. I'm not surprised that there are volcanoes on Venus, but what I'm trying to figure out is, did they just decide to look at these pictures, or did they just figure out how to interpret them, or did they just
It's a
get transmitted from the
computer-generated
planet?
3D model.
Yeah, somebody at NASA was flipping through the Venus for Kids pop-up book and was like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, in the gift shop.
It was in the gift shop. Yeah.
In the gift shop.
Gizmodo. Today's episode is brought to you by Gizmodo. Don't miss a thing from Gizmodo. Sign up for their daily Gizmodo science thingy.
I definitely don't. I don't know why they started to look at it, because the researchers who actually did it, they joked about how the data is as old as they are. So
Oh.
I think they were just kind of interested in volcanoes and were like, hey, Mars had volcanoes, and apparently with some of the new imaging, like ability to look at pictures, they're able to do some more analysis of what they had from back then.
It's like the pyramids. People are looking at the pyramids now that were built a long time ago, and they're going, "Oh, guess what? We just figured out." Stuff like
Yeah.
that, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Right.
because the pyramids are about as old as some people. So
Thumbs up for pyramids.
They are.
Is that was the article, right? It was about pyramids.
Some people, Matt.
yeah,
not
thumbs
all
up for
people.
volcanoes.
Some people.
Also known as volcanoes.
Oh.
Some people.
Some
Well, maybe we can go to Venus a whole lot faster in the future because it has now been proven that a warp drive can exist.
Oh, I love
they,
this.
they
All right, I'm
mathematically
listening.
proved it.
Yes, they, as a matter of fact, mathematically prove that warp drives can
Is
exist.
this the Alcubierre drive?
Sure.
No, it's warp drive.
It's the Kobayashi Maru.
No.
No. But yeah, this so they prove that the warp drive
No.
exists in the concept of being able to bend space. Except there is still the limitation that you cannot travel faster than the speed of light.
See,
So
that would be
kind of like
Star Wars. That's a different universe. Light speed.
Well,
Hmm.
sure.
Hmm. Hmm.
Hmm.
So what you're telling
Guys,
me
I'm
is
starting to think Brian might be an idiot. I'm just throwing that out there. Should we vote on that?
Well, I'm actually kind of wondering if you're not in the same camp as me. If it took you that long to figure it out.
Definitely, we can vote on that too. We can do a tandem vote.
Now we have a Kobayashi Maru.
Wait, hold on.
That's
Hold
awesome.
on, what?
I was slow on the draw
There you
because
go.
it said Toon World and not Sad Trombone.
Toon World?
But yeah, apparently they did a whole bunch of math, and apparently the
Just a whole shitload of math. That's all physics is.
yes. But they apparently were able to use basically the equations of general relativity to basically prove that you can manipulate space, so you can move without actually accelerating. Essentially, you can move space around you. But
Basically,
you
what
still
they
have
described
limited-
in Futurama.
Yeah,
I thought I thought it took just a fuckload of energy.
well,
They didn't say it was going to be easy.
Yeah, they didn't
Oh,
say
yeah,
it was
my bad.
free.
They said you had
just saying
to
it's
basically you
possible.
just have to
You're
carbo
right.
load before you take off on the trip, and you'll be fine.
You're right.
Now we just need some kyber crystals to power a warp drive, and we'll be fine.
You're right.
So we can go a lot faster, but you're telling me like it would still take us millions of years to get to the nearest star.
Yeah, it's you can travel almost probably near light speed, but if you are still 4.3 million light years away,
See,
it's still going to take you a while.
I'm not sure I agree. I think they just need to throw some more
hold
math at it,
on.
and we should be able to go faster.
Relativistic.
Crunch those numbers again.
Crunch those numbers again.
Relativistic travel time calculator. How
All
far
right,
do
I
we say
crunched
here?
him again.
What's the distance?
4.93 million light years.
Time dilation calculator. That's what I'm after. How many did you say? Light years?
4.93 million.
Oh fuck. 0.930. Okay, so remove those. Okay, so I got a distance of 4.93 million light years. Maximum velocity in speed of light.
0.98 light year, like the speed of light.
0.98. Yeah, that's probably not fast enough to be honest. Even though that sounds fucking insane, you have to get out to some pretty crazy amount of zeros to okay, calculate. Yeah, so it is significant. Oh, that's seconds. Let's do years because that's always more interesting. So this is where it gets funky, right? Because
Use the
moves
slower
metric
for
system
you, to save some time.
yeah, because light speed's a whole motherfucker, right? So 4.93 million light years at an acceleration of 9.8 meters per second, and saying the maximum velocity. Oh, it upped it to 0.9999. Why did it do that? Okay, I fixed it. So that I think it's doing the calculation of like you'll go to halfway and then you'll slow down. I think is the deal.
Okay.
So like you accelerate at 9.8 meters per second.
I want
so one
instantaneous.
G. You accelerate. Well, oh god, you instantaneously to 0.98 light speed. You fucking die. So the observer time. So
you have
I'm
the
just-
inertia dampers on?
Oh,
Because
God,
that would-
yeah, that'll save you. So the observer, so us just being a bunch of poor people on Earth watching this ship, it would take 4.93 million years.
Yeah.
Right? Because
Yep.
0.98, like roughly, see.
Roughly the same.
But the time, if you're on the ship,
experience
as perceived by you, the time experienced by you, how long does it take you? If you, it's 29.93 years. You can do that's like
29.93?
that's yeah.
Seriously?
So like, yes. So here, this has always been the case. Here's the thing: if we can go close to light speed, there is. I'm gonna say nothing, but it's not true. There's almost nothing in the universe that is untouchable. Like, it's just so much time will have elapsed by the
It would
time
be
you're
like
done.
it would be like the movie Arrival, not Arrival. What was the one
Like,
with?
Let's kick it out to 100 million light years.
They'd probably do it the
How far is
same way that we-
Andromeda?
What was that movie, Dad, with
man,
Jennifer
yeah,
Lawrence
it's-
and
Sean Penn?
Sean Penn? Yes,
2.5. It's only
Chris
2.5
Pratt.
million light years.
Chris
Dro-
Pratt.
Andromeda is half the distance you just quoted.
I didn't watch that movie with Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. I didn't
So-
watch that.
I know which one.
Awakenings?
You're talking about.
yeah.
No, it's the one
Hunger
where they're on a
Games.
spaceship and he wakes her up early. I know. I don't
'Cause
remember
he
what it's
thinks she's
called.
pretty.
Oh yeah, $1 Million
Passengers.
Baby.
Passenger.
Passenger.
Passengers.
Clint Eastwood was hiding in a fucking cargo hold. Yeah, so
Turns her
2.5
into a boxing star.
Matruska.
at 2.
Matrushka.
At 2.5 million light years. It doesn't change the traveler time
See,
much.
whoa.
but It's
What?
28 years.
You're not factoring in
Huh.
that when we reach
I mean, I
light
guess
speed,
because you're probably
that an
at
alien
light speed. Eh.
an alien ship will come and meet with us
Oh,
and help
something's
us out,
funky here. I need
and
to
we'll
put
go
that
even
calculator.
faster after that. So
But they would set it up like Passengers, I imagine, where they'd say, "Okay, we're getting a whole bunch of people. We're gonna make
here's
this
the
a
good
giant
one.
ship. We're
right,
gonna get a whole
Everyone-
bunch of people on it.
This is what I'm
You're going and you're setting up a colony on this ship, and you're gonna teach the next generation of people to fly back whatever information we got."
is that what they do in that movie?
My
Because I heard it wasn't
No,
very
they-
good.
favorite part of it, Passengers, it was not very good.
It was a weird. The premise could have been fixed completely if she had woken up accidentally and not him creepily being like, "I think you're pretty, so I'm going to take you out of your hypersleep," and
Because he was bored.
because he was bored because he accidentally popped out of his hypersleep. His pod broke. He was bored.
So
they tried to justify it that way.
fucking me. Wait, no.
But
maybe no. this
rather
was
than
fucking
going
me.
and waking up someone who could have helped him, like, hey, there's got to be an emergency protocol for I woke up early and I'm gonna wake up the captain even and be like, "Hey, captain, sorry to wake you up. How do I put myself back in hypersleep?" Oh, we have a failsafe for that. There's
It's
a
Her
called
name
the
is
airlock.
Jennifer Lawrence.
Her name is Jennifer.
You're gonna have to
Lawrence.
share a pod with a girl.
Okay.
Hope you're okay
I lied.
with that.
Hope you're okay
There
with
was
that.
nothing- There was nothing. He was just like playing
We're
basketball.
starting the
He, like, played
colony a little
basketball.
early.
He grew a beard. He started using his credits. He didn't have very many credits because he was one of the poor people on the ship. So he only got to eat terrible junk food.
You know what I
Jennifer
don't
Lawrence
get
was
in that
one of the
movie
rich
though
people, so he
is
got to mooch off to steal her credits. when she
I'm
woke up.
bored with the description of the movie.
you know what I don't get though is that ship was humongous and it had like a million fancy dining things, yet everybody was going to be asleep for like 99% of their trip. Like, what was the point?
In case somebody
Why did
accidentally
you
woke
build a
up.
restaurant?
I think because when they showed up to the planet, there was probably like months of people, or like maybe a year outside the planet, where everyone's gonna wake up and like the people had to go establish space down below. I don't know. I mean, it's like a cruise ship, right? Like,
Yeah.
well, we got to keep them fed for
Well-
2 weeks. I don't know how many people are on the ship either. Like they never they never really discussed that.
Those two
that are in a way.
were
that
the
I
only
don't-
two
yeah,
on the
just
ship,
those
weren't they?
two.
Adam and Eve.
Simon Pegg wannabe bartender. Was it Simon Pegg or budget Simon Pegg?
I mean,
Okay, so
my favorite thing is when you have a ship and you like so all of a sudden somebody's like, "Hey, we found faster travel," and they show up to the planet before you. And you're like,
It was Michael
"Oops."
Sheen.
I mean, that's,
I love
that's
it.
A, that's
I love
a
it when
real
that
worry,
happens.
right? Like if you take
Yeah.
off on your 0.98 C journey and 300 years down the line, Earth relative time, we come up with 0.9999 C travel, that shit gets fucking passed. Like
Yeah.
I think there's a book written about a generation ship that takes off. It's a sci-fi book. I'll have to go look it up.
I'm
but,
sure.
it takes off, and by the time they get there, our tech advanced, and we already got there, and they're showing up late.
Yep.
Because that's actually something
That's hilarious.
Happen, right?
Amazing.
That's
the
hysterical.
The numbers, yeah. Thanks, Brian. The numbers that is right.
I'm serious. I mean, think about it. You get there finally after the whole trip, and you're like, "We're here!" And like everyone's like, "We've been here forever. What's wrong with you?" I mean, it's
like we got
really
here 30 years ago. Where you been?
Yeah. Oh, there's a city here already. There are people here. We got to. Oh,
We
great!
discovered
Thanks,
life
everyone.
outside of Earth.
You could have stopped by and picked us up. What is wrong with you? That's what I'm thinking. You could have hung. You could have
You
just.
could have towed us.
Yeah, you could have been like, "Hey, guess what? We figured out how to go faster." Nope, you just kept
Is
us.
there a way
letting us
with
plug
bending
along.
space-time that theoretically, I think there is, if I understand, if I understand this right,
Oh God, you're gonna do the thing?
if I understand this
Classic.
right,
Hell yeah.
then technically, if we do discover life outside of Earth, it could be from future Earth people who've gone and like bent time and came back in time
that's
accidentally.
different. No.
Why not?
Most likely,
I watched Interstellar.
you'll
Come
be
on now.
under-
Matt, you
Yeah,
remember
dude.
when we thought that fire came from Apollo? Give me a break. This could really happen.
Depending on which Apollo you're talking about, a lot of fire came out of Apollo.
I'm just saying.
13. I think that's about all the fire.
Yeah, that
Well,
was
Technically, they all had
The Saturn
fire,
V
but-
created a lot of fire.
yeah,
Yeah.
that was a
lot of
nerd. That was a nerd dad joke. That was
Let's
bad.
light this candle.
Really bad. Light this candle.
All right, what are our numbers, Matt? I want to know
For
now.
fuck's sake. Okay,
You correct
so I was giving you incorrect numbers because the calculator's treating me fucky. Now, I don't know that this calculator's not treating me fucky, but
Put that on your next
the,
math
the,
test.
the 4 point whatever million light year one at 0.98 C was not 28 years. It was
Yeah.
more like 500,000 relative. You have to go much faster than
That makes way more sense.
yeah, but you can still get to those low numbers. You just have to go a much larger appreciable fraction of the speed
Okay.
of light.
So you get on the ship,
Sure.
and by the
yeah.
time you get to where you're going, all of Earth is dead and the Morlocks have taken over. And
Okay,
is that what you're saying?
I'm going to talk.
And you're
about
like
then.
it, and you're like
Yeah.
10 years older.
For fuck's sake, the Morlocks. At
Warlock.
some point, you're going to find a pack lead, and it's going to be like, we look for things.
We
Make
look
us
for
go.
things to make us go.
Jordy, help us fix our ship, Jordy. Anyway, God, Jordy fucking hates him so much. They try their damnedest to be nice to those fucking brainiacs, right? Like, and then it's like we can't handle these stupid people anymore because they concoct this dumbass plot to steal Jordy, don't they?
Yeah.
They take him hostage,
fun.
but like really poorly.
We need things to make us go. I love that.
We
That's
look
hilarious.
For things. We look for things to make us go.
We are strong now.
God, what a great episode. Is the nearest star is what, roughly 4 light years? Is that about right?
Where's the closest
Is
Is it
M-class
Sagittarius?
planet?
It's not Sagittarius A. It's
Proxima Centauri.
yeah, that one.
4.2 light years.
Okay, so let's do 4.2. So let's say
Where's the
4.2
closest
light years.
M-class planet?
God, we don't know. Sensors on.
The closest
Right here.
Um,
Right here.
the closest
so-
star. is
Here's-
The closest
sun.
M-class planet is
If we're-
right here.
If we're talking distances that are in our neighborhood, like 4.2, right? The journey time viewed from Earth, still again 4.2, because we're talking almost the speed of light. Journey time viewed from the spaceship is 0.85 years. So instead of traveling for
So under a
4.2
year.
years, you travel under a year. If you
That's not
up
bad.
that to 99% of the speed of light, you go from 0.85 years to 0.59. If you
You know,
bump
there's an
that
app
out-
that does this.
Uh-huh. Which one? The one that points you to where the center of the thing is?
Yeah.
If you can get to 4 nines the speed of light, so .9999, you're now doing it in like 0.005 years. What, I don't even know what that is.
Hmm.
Fucking 0.005 times 365.
2
That's
days.
1.8 days. You do it in 1.8 days relative to you.
And
on
we'd
the-
all be
on the
like,
ship.
we'd
And
like,
we it never changes for us. Like it does, but it only gets closer to the actual distance the thing is away. Because
so
you
like
can't-
they'd
you
be
can't go-
gone for like 2 days and come back, and like everyone would have like 4 years would have passed on Earth.
Well, if they came back, it'd be
8
years.
years
It
would
would
have
be
passed on
eight,
Earth.
yeah, it would be 8 years and 4 days would
Yeah.
have passed for them. They would come back and be like, "We've been gone 4 days," and Grandma would be dead, right? Like,
Yeah.
them's the
You'd have a new
breaks.
president by then.
Right, right. You just go back. What happened? Not good. Okay, we'll do it again. Like, yeah, if you that's one of the ways. Like you can.
That's one of the
They
perks.
do it. It's a fucking Futurama episode, right? Like they kind of get in the time
Mhm.
machine and like, but they do it more as a time machine. We can travel forward in the future easily.
Backwards is the hard part.
General
Just go
backwards, I believe, is the impossible part. But
Well, technically, we're always time traveling, so
yes, because it's all relative. General relativity absolutely allows for you to travel that great hops and skips forward through time relative to being on Earth. You just have to go really, really fast. Like, say you could only muster 50% light speed.
I mean, they've proven this with jets already. I mean,
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's pretty small, but
It's
yeah,
just
even
crazy
seeing
when you think
pilots
about
on
it.
jets.
It's
Yeah.
just fucking nuts when you think about traveling distances, because you've got, if you're going half the speed of light, it only shrinks it from 4.2. Well, okay, so the distance as observed here on Earth, because you're going half the speed of light, is actually 8.4 years to get there. But
This is all theory, right?
No, this is all
Yep,
absolutely
this
true
all
and
happened.
proven.
Yeah.
Oh, this is all theoretical.
This isn't theoretical.
It's theory.
Have you tested it, Matt?
Not me.
Not me. But I read about
Flat
people
Earth.
who did.
So then you get to the size of what the Milky Way. It's like what? It's like 130,000 light years wide or some bullshit like that.
130 million?
No,
That's a lot.
I'm pretty sure it's like 130,000
Oh, okay.
or Milky Way width, about 100,000 light years. So you could travel the width of the Milky Way at 99% the speed of light. See, like this is where it gets fucky, because 99% of the speed of light sounds really fast, but it fucking ain't. You got to start getting decimals after it, right? Like you're a full percentage point away. So it may be 100,000 wide, and it only takes you 14,000 relative years, like on the ship, to do it. But if you bump that out to those 4 nines that we were talking about, it's still probably gonna be pretty long. It's 141 years. So, like, I mean, yeah, the faster we can go, the more we can. So that'll be the tragedy of it, right? Is relative to a human lifespan, you can absolutely travel these distances if you can go fast enough, but there are huge consequences.
Mhm.
Like looking
Huge
back to
consequences
what
if
about
you
your
care about what's
relationship
going
to-
on Earth.
Right.
I mean,
exactly.
you will most likely never want to come back is the problem, or it's just not feasible to come back.
I mean, if we're talking if we're talking only going to like Proxima Centauri and back, it's been some years, right? But if we're talking about like going and visiting Betelgeuse 650 light years away,
Ooh, what if we were able to shrink down? I was just reading this to massless particles, including photons. What if we could get that small? Could we go the speed of light then? Because it says that they can go the speed of light. Can we like hitch on to a photon and go the speed of light with it?
Brian's aspiring to be his inner wave function, I think.
I mean, if you traveled that far and you went that fast and you came back to Earth and it's like it's been so long that they forgot that they sent this ship out, and then they never developed spacefaring technology, and then you show up and they're
That's
like,
probably a
"Oh my
sci-fi
God,
book
aliens!"
somewhere. Like the civilization once possessed the ability to propel people to like 99.10 nines the speed of light, and like they sent them out to explore, and like they came back and it's just fucking nothing now, right? Like,
Yeah. How do you think they built the pyramids?
not only is it aliens, it's fucking time traveling.
Oh, are we doing
man.
are we doing 2 mystery topics? How did they build the pyramids? Let's discuss that next.
With the blast shield down, I can't even see. How am I supposed to fight?
Do you remember
Oh, that's a good transition.
How fast did that Helios probe go? The one that the fastest one. What percentage of speed? It wasn't even a percentage.
Not
of
even
speed of light,
close.
right?
No.
Yeah. It's just
No.
so wicked fast. But really,
I wish I had a wicked in here. A wicked
I mean,
something.
so what's crazy though is speeds that are appreciable percentages the speed of light are not science fiction attainable. Like we could there's like technology today that like flirts with the ability to do it. All you have to do is maintain a steady acceleration for a decent amount of time.
Yeah. You just need a lot of fuel usually.
Yeah, or like they do the shit
With
where, like, you know, they
current
shine a laser at you or
technology.
whatever. But
Yeah.
like even like if you go do the math, you can find calculators that do this too. Like you can do the math that like accelerating at 1g, like which isn't that much of an acceleration really. Like, you know, we blast
No.
people off this fucking planet at way more g's than that. 1g is a pretty mild acceleration. You'd point the ship down, so like the direction of acceleration was pushing you into like the thing, like the floor, and then you could use that, right? Like if you wanted to bop around using it as something you can walk around on. But it doesn't actually take that long to get to large percentages the speed of light at 9.8 meters per second squared. Like that stuff builds because you're doing it 24/7. Like
Wait, are you saying
Yeah.
that if you just start rolling the ship, then it creates
Yeah.
gravity, and
Here,
also
well,
you start
or-
rolling through space faster?
If you go in a
Is that
circle,
pushing a snowball down the hill?
I mean, the big benefit
Or you
is that
just-
in space you don't have anything to resist you. You don't have air resistance, so you can keep accelerating relatively easily.
Let's see if
By just like pushing a snowball down the hill?
yeah,
Sort of like that.
yeah, it's exactly like that.
So I did see the Parker space probe went 0.059% the speed of light.
Right, it's not even fucking close.
And that's the
it is
fastest
fastest object we've ever
thing.
made, right?
Yep.
And the fastest like object that we've sent off into space. Like we're moving electrons a hell of a lot fucking faster in particle accelerators, but
Can you imagine if elevator doors opened that fast and shut that fast? People would be getting hurt left and
that
right.
would-
There'd be
that would-
amputations and
that is a great
oh, I got killed by the
That's
dumb
a
doors
great
again.
what if question. There's a similar question posed to the Randall Monroe, the what if guy. It's like, what if the pitcher in baseball pitched the ball at light speed? And like all of these things he like calculates out and ultimately ends up being like the earth is destroyed, right? Like because if the ball was pitched at light speed, like the fucking atmosphere catches on fire, and like it's pretty crazy. He does some pretty funny calculations.
That's hilarious.
Thanks, Brian.
Yep.
I appreciate your support.
Your stand-up
You can
routine's
go
getting better,
faster than
actually.
the speed of light?
What?
All right, I gotta go for a minute.
Okay.
You run
we'll
with it.
What happens if you keep going faster than the speed of light, though? Can you
You
put that in
don't.
your calculator?
It requires infinite mass.
I have
Yeah.
infinite mass.
Hell yeah.
Well, not infinite. I mean, I'm working on it. It's going to take some time.
Infinite Mass is my favorite Catholic band.
That's another one. That's good. You almost got 5 minutes of a solid routine there.
Speaking of stand-up comedians,
Have you guys heard about the baseball going the speed of light?
It's like God damn it, Silas. Do you get Jeff Arcuri fed to your reels? The comedian. He does a lot of crowd work.
Maybe I haven't been on Reels in a while.
Okay. I wanted to go see him, and he'll be in Des Moines or Omaha, but I'll be in that private island with Katie.
When is that?
I think November. I want to say.
Nice. I can go and harass him if you need me to.
Yeah, I need you to go be. Yeah, he does. He's probably the best crowd work I think I've ever seen. He's really funny and manages to be wholesome too. Like,
Oh yeah.
even if he takes some mean jabs, like nobody comes away feeling like beat up by the comedian. Where a lot of comedians that do crowd work will just fucking grind you to dust.
Yeah. They've got a lot of anger issues they got to work out.
Nah,
No, we just went and watched Nate Bargatze.
I don't even know who that is.
Really?
No, hold on.
We were at
He's like one of the
He did like
biggest
Wells Fargo.
comedians right now.
GTZ. Oh, okay. I know who this guy is. I haven't seen a bunch of him, but I know who he is. Where'd you go see him?
Wells Fargo.
Oh, that's what you were saying. I thought you were
Yeah.
saying he did like a Wells Fargo commercial or something.
No, he performed at Wells Fargo, and we all went, and it was pretty fun. It was pretty good.
Was it?
Yeah.
Were there a lot of people there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
It was.
Is this guy that big?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It wasn't.
yeah,
I wouldn't say it was sold out, but like there's
Close.
like the two levels at.
Really? Wells
There's
Fargo
the
was
two
packed?
levels, and like the whole bottom section was
Isn't that
packed.
like
and then
15,
there were a couple
20,000 people?
up
How many
top.
people can they fit in Wells Fargo? It's bigger than Hilton, right?
Yeah.
Because Hilton's like 15-ish, 14.
He did Saturday Night Live recently. You have to check that out. Those clips are hilarious.
He's very
17,000 is what it seats, and I'd say that there was probably close to at least
Can you-
5,000 easily, but probably closer to like 10,000.
Google
I would
Jeff
think 10.
Arcuri, Arcuri, and tell me if you recognize him. I want to know if you've seen some of his stand-up.
Spell it again.
Arcuri, Arcuri.
Nope.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, my
Wait, maybe.
Instagram knows that I think this is the funniest man on the planet. Like, I don't know. He fucking kills me.
No, I haven't seen him either.
Dad noises.
Dad noises. Didn't he do a bit about dad noises, Silas? That's the thing.
Nate.
Yeah.
I mean, the older you get, you
The-
just start to make more.
So great to have
noises.
my dad along. It's so great to have a CPAP machine in the hotel room. And then he said, and then he's like going, yeah. He said something like that.
Yeah.
That's pretty fucking funny.
He did do that. It was a good show. It was one of those shows where you're just like laughing the whole time, and like sometimes I'm like laughing. I'm like, I just missed another joke because I was laughing through this last one from the one before. So, oh man. Well, I'm gonna move us on to the next topic.
Cool.
Warp speed is cool. Thumbs up. We're still only on science. So, Google Glasses redo. The Google's Project Astra uses your phone camera and AI to find noise makers, misplaced items, and more. What do you think about Google's Project Astra? What is Project Astra? I don't know.
Great
According to a
question.
video that Google showed during a media briefing yesterday, Project Astra appeared to be an app which has a viewfinder as its main interface. A person holding up the phone pointed its camera at various parts of an office and verbally said, "Tell me what you see when you see something that makes sound." Okay. So it's kind of like, is Google Glass back? Oh, maybe. I see what they're trying to do. I don't know. What do you think about this AI stuff?
Sounds like they're just trying to make AI smarter. Makes me a little nervous.
Why? Explain
Oh.
yourself.
AI is going to take over everything and destroy the planet and make us all slaves.
That's pretty grim. Thumbs down.
Made me nervous. I'm struggling to see the usefulness of this, unless it's for like seeing impaired. Like, hey, point your phone at stuff around the room and tell me what you see. Phone.
Or maybe someone who's just struggling mentally could help someone with a disability. Is what I'm trying to say, as nicely as possible.
How does Project Astra work? This means it's not only. This means that not only was Astra processing visual data in real time, it also is remembering what it saw, working with an impressive backlog of stored information. So we're training AI. Cool, sure.
Cool.
Yep, thumbs up for that. You know what else you could give a thumbs up is buying a piece of history. You ever thought about doing that?
All the time.
Can you
The
be more
Cheyenne
specific?
supercomputer is going for a fraction of its list price at auction right now. You can get a 5.34 petaflop system for far less than it paid for. The government is unloading the 5.34 petaflop system for far less than they paid for it. All
How
right,
much?
how much is it going for? Any guesses? Any
No.
guesses?
No good.
Yeah,
No.
$35 billion.
Nope.
Holy shit.
They initially paid $10 million for this, and now you can grab it for the low price of $28,000.
Oh,
That's actually not bad.
so what's the drawback here? Is it
and
huge?
It also uses Cat 5/6 cabling. Oh, it's not included. Never mind.
Oh,
What would you do with it?
I know what I'd do with it. I'd set it up.
how much space does it
Probably
take
on
up?
it.
Does it could
So
take up like a
much
room or
power
something? Or
nowadays.
Here's some photos of it. Let me share the photos. It's pretty incredible.
oh,
So they got all
Yeah,
that.
that-
They got this
yeah.
here.
that's
That thing's
big.
crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty nutso. Check that out. And it's even, in case you forget, in case you're like, what's all this stuff doing in the basement? You're like, oh, I remember. It's written right on the side. So it's got that.
I wonder how
going
much
for it.
room. I mean, how much room you would need to have to get something like that. You probably spend more money on the space than you would the actual computer.
It can carry out 5.34 quadrillion calculations per second. Now,
How much?
now I'm impressed.
How much Bitcoin can I mine on it?
You know, I bet it would really help me play Fortnite better.
Probably.
I'd probably try
So-
and plug my. I wonder if I can plug my MacBook Pro into it and like just it works just fine. Oh, it's a supercomputer. I thought this was like a data. I was misunderstanding it, even though I read the words out loud. I just wasn't even listening to myself.
You're right, Matt. That would be a good thing to mine with.
Yeah, I don't know. Would it?
I don't know.
145,000,
You tell
152 CPU cores. 313,000 gigs of RAM. Nothing about graphics cards, so you probably wouldn't want to
Shit.
mine anything on it.
You couldn't play Mahjong on it? What's the point?
You could
right?
play a mean game of Mahjong on this sucker. There are no graphics cards.
Are you kidding me?
I have no idea. I'm just guessing.
Monochrome screen.
I say thumbs up. You know, I love it when things depreciate. Reminds me of my body and how
Well,
it's going downhill. So
cheap,
um,
used. Yeah, I can't
so,
say
you
it.
know, thumbs up for that.
Thumbs up.
Something else that's going downhill is the new airline service for dogs. Actually, it's going up and away. Bark, the new airline service for dogs, takes off. And it's become exceedingly difficult to get your dog on a commercial flight I know. Can you believe it? Which is why a new luxurious, albeit quite expensive, chartered air service for pets may be quite appealing to some pooch owners. Why would they write it that way? They definitely had AI write this. Because we've tried to write stuff we have some dog clients, and we've tried to write some stuff for them with AI, and it always uses like every different name for a dog that you can possibly imagine inside of like a 2-paragraph space. Like you mostly just had different names for dogs. This feels. Oh, okay. Well, let's watch.
Is
this
it like
commercial.
Is it a giant commercial jetliner that dogs just walk on and sit in their seats, or?
The future of travel is here.
Oh my
World
god!
on Sky. Critically acclaimed in-flight entertainment.
The fuck is happening? Oh, the dog's
Just a
drooling.
joke?
Lay flat beds with 4 times the legroom.
This seems to be real.
And coming soon, Tailwinds, the first ever in-air dog park. Introducing Bark Air.
Oh brother!
This isn't.
Finally,
Is this real?
dogs will fly the way they've always deserved to.
Part of me says that this. What is this?
First,
This isn't real, is it?
If you think this is a joke, you're not a dog person.
Bark Air, a 100% totally real airline for dogs.
Oh my gosh! Thumbs up!
Thumbs up. You know what? They
Thumbs
should,
up.
Add this as a feature on Virtual First Class. You
Wow!
can pretend to be on this
Is
airline
this-
with your dog.
Is this a random shit article?
Yup.
I'm impressed.
That should have been under science, and we should have.
Blaine, this is the best random shit one you've done yet. This is amazing.
I give it a thumbs up too. I give it a
Thumbs
thumbs up
up.
for that commercial.
That commercial was amazing. The paint on that plane is crazy. I love it. This is some. I can't even imagine how much it would cost. Probably as much as a used supercomputer to get a flight on that dumb plane.
Flights on Bark Airlines.
The inside of that plane must smell
Bark
real bad.
Air. Book flight from. Oh, it only goes a few places, but we're gonna fly out of New York
To LA.
London.
Oh,
Okay, we can go from New York to Los Angeles if you want.
yeah. I'm sure LA's got a lot of people that would like to fly their dogs.
Let's go in July. And tickets. Each ticket includes a seat for one dog and one human. All right, well, let's just one of us go. And we will see. Oh my. It is only $6,000 to fly from New York to Los Angeles. Experience turbulence with your dog getting completely freaked out at the doggy park and traumatizing it for life and lice.
$6
let's go to
grand.
London. Let's go to London.
Yeah,
International.
let's go to London.
New York to London, $8 grand.
$8 grand.
And it is sold out in July. I just selected July. I didn't get to select a specific day in July.
Is it only fly once a month? I wonder.
Let's see. Might.
That's crazy. That's ingenious.
Ooh, I
That's
could go on my birthday. There are 8 seats left.
So is it $6 grand for you and your dog, or is it $6 grand for you and $6 grand for your dog?
It's one ticket gets you a seat for you and your dog.
Oh, that's crazy. Okay,
That.
awesome.
Two big thumbs up for that.
2 big thumbs up.
But if you feel like that is not, something that if you don't like real dogs and you would prefer a more robotic companion, we might have the exact right option for you here in this next article. with a robot dog that also is a flamethrower.
Kids love this.
It could be yours for the low, low price of the same cost as going on a flight on that doggy airline.
I wonder if you could take this dog with you on the doggy airline. They probably wouldn't like you having a flamethrower dog on an airplane.
That's like a nearly 20 with taxes. It's like a $20,000 investment to get kicked off of a flight.
You buy. Is what I say. How much would it cost for you to fly a flamethrower dog on Doggy Bark Air? It would be as much as a supercomputer.
Oh, that thing. Okay.
Woof woof. I think this is ridiculous. I think it is completely unnecessary, and I want one.
It seems
Thumbs up.
kind of military-esque.
It kind of seems
Like you want to
that you're like
send like 50 of these in the first wave, you know, just shooting flames everywhere. As a military application, I'm impressed. As just a pet laying on the couch, I'm scared to death.
You know, when I think about the zombie apocalypse, this is the thing that I want as my first line of defense. I want like an army of these things.
Yeah.
The zombies won't care about it because they can't eat it. I can remote control, destroy the zombies.
What's that Mars movie where they have a thing like this that's running around on Mars, and they have to try and capture it because it becomes defective, has
Mars
a
Attack?
malfunction. Not
Mission
Mars Attack. I don't
Total
know.
Recall.
If you remember it at all, there's a thing like this on board their spaceship,
Total
like
Recall.
a dog. Yeah, Total Recall. That was it.
Star Wars?
Yeah, Star Wars. All right. Thought for sure Matt might know, but he's not even listening to us.
I don't know.
I can't believe you don't know. How would he know?
I don't know any of this stuff, Brian.
Well, that leads us, I give it a big old thumbs up. That leads us to our billionaire pitches of the week. Who'd like to start?
That's what she said.
I was thinking about an electronic dog that when it pooped, the poop that dropped out of its butt was like a grenade.
Brian, always bringing the quality content.
I thought, or like C4, like you could pick it up and mold it into something and put a fuse on it and, blow something up. So I think a counterpart to this dog would be a dog that poops C4. Between the two of them.
Dog that poops 4.
Yep.
Amazing. I love it. 2 thumbs up.
Yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up too. It's an amazing idea.
Matt, do you have anything?
No.
Matt.
I'm working on it.
World peace.
No, that's not what I said. I want the opposite of that.
He wants,
I want world hate.
he wants
Wait, we already have that. We have that at home.
Blaine was telling me earlier that he had an idea about something that went the speed of light. So, wanted a Tesla to come up with a speed of light.
Do you really want me to talk about the speed of light for another fucking 20 minutes?
No, but I haven't seen a lot of the Tesla truck around, and I don't understand the design.
You have, really?
Yes.
I haven't seen one in person yet. Katie's seen 2. I think they look...
I've seen several around where I work.
You're Kansas City.
Around where I lurk around where I work.
Yeah.
There is a Tesla dealership, and I've seen several.
I didn't know your work was close to that. I've been by there. That's where I picked up my Model 3 when I had it.
There you go. And I've seen several of these trucks, and I don't understand why they call it a truck. Why don't they call it a SUV from the movie Mars Attacks in the future or something? It's a nice vehicle. It just doesn't make sense to call it a truck. That's my only critique.
Yeah.
Just doesn't look like a truck. There. Can
That's
we have
what
that
she
billionaire change the name of his truck to something else? That would be great.
Okay.
What's his name? Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban needs to change the name of the Tesla truck.
Mark Cuban.
We'll get him right on that.
Marky Mark.
Hey, Mark Cuban, can you change the name of the Tesla truck? Thank you.
To Tesla SUV or something else.
I would like the developers of Virtual First Class to make virtual Dog Air, because I won't be able to afford going on a flight on Dog Air anytime soon, nor do I have a dog. But I would like to experience both of those things while riding in coach on my next flight.
Oh my gosh. $8,000 ticket. Oh my goodness. The inside of that plane has just got to be a disaster.
One would think.
Oh, there's poop everywhere.
There's poo everywhere.
It's on everything. Your dog trained? Yep. You got it. Poopy trained?
Potty
Yep.
trained?
Potty
Got a plane
yep.
trained? Nope.
But what happens when your dog experiences strange pressure changes due to pressurizing the cabin? Oh, it poops everywhere. Immediately,
poops
dog
everywhere.
diarrhea.
Oh, goodness.
All right. Well, with that, I'm going to call this meeting adjourned. Thank you, everyone, for listening. We record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. And if you like what you saw and you want to check out all the past episodes that are still available, you can go to CouncilCast.org. You can also find the audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. If you have a topic you'd like the council's decisions on, you can email us at IDon'tCare@CouncilCast.org or connect with us on X at RealCouncilCast, Reddit, Facebook, and a lot of other things.
How many times did you click back?
Thanks for listening. Goodbye. How many times have I what?
Clicked back on the music.
Several.
Yeah.